entire life has been impacted because of Battle Creek Church and because of my family being invested in this church for so many years. And I would even say that it's hard for me to find a spiritually significant moment that is not somehow tied to this church. I became a Christian before we joined the church, but being at Battle Creek is really where I met Jesus. It's where I was discipled. It's where I was taught a lot of what I know about who God is and what the Bible says and how to really live as a Christian.
You know, since Karis grew up here, she has this plethora of spiritually significant moments to pull from. And I was a little nervous that I would never get to call this place mine. That it would always kind of be that I was tagging along with my wife, that all the relationships and friendships that I built here would be through my wife and through her childhood growing up here. But I think it was maybe the first time, maybe the first couple of times that I sat in this auditorium that I really felt like this place was mine.
Although giving has been part of my life growing up, it's become very personal over the past couple years at Battle Creek because we've gone through some tough seasons financially, some really tough seasons, and still committing to take those steps to tithe the 10% and occasionally give more. It's hard. That's hard to let go of. There's a little bit of fear looking at a season of All In. There's some fear, but I would say that there's a heavier excitement to it because I am confident that we are being called to step in faith with our church into this season, and I know that God is going to do something big. I've seen God do huge things through this church over the last 18 years. I've seen it. I've experienced it. I've been a part of it, and I know that He's going to continue doing that through the faithfulness of the members of the church.
So when I think about ownership with Battle Creek Church, it's been about really finding my niche here and then really flipping from what can I gain from this place, but what can I bring and serve other people with? What can I serve this church with?
Letting that 10% go and tithing and beyond, and trusting that God is going to do more with the 90% that I have left than He ever would have done with the 100% that I was holding on to so tightly.
As I think about All In this next season, how am I going to justify what I kept back? Whether that is, the money that I kept for myself and the giving that I was protecting and holding on to, and how will I be stretched during this time? And I think that the Lord is already speaking to me of this is going to be beyond what you thought was possible.
It scares me just a little bit. It scares me to think of what I could have done with that amount, but then I realize, and sometimes it scares me more than others, but I know that that's part of trusting, is that this is scary, but I know that good is going to come out of it.
It scares me a little bit, to be honest, what it's going to look like. But I know on the other side of this that He'll be remaking not just me and my family, but this church as a whole. And that excites me to see what a remade Battle Creek Church looks like, what a remade Johnson family looks like in the midst of this season of kingdom growth.
And I'm excited to see, because I've been on the receiving end of that, I am so excited to see the impact that my kids are going to receive and then be able to go off into their schools and into their families in the future, and just to see how far this impact will reach because of raising my family here. I'm really, really excited about that.